Hey there, are you a podcast person? If so, I have a treat for you. I am introducing, or perhaps reintroducing, as the case may be, I'll talk about that in a minute. Introducing a podcast on Spotify, the Fractured Fiction podcast, of my Facebook Live video talks that I originally post on Facebook and then will transfer over to other platforms too, where I talk about reading, writing, all that stuff. The tagline is Fractured Fiction, fun discussions for readers, writers, and nerds. So if any or all of those three labels describes you or sounds like something you want to be part of, check it out. Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect. So, I mean, if you've been watching my video content for a while, then great. Then you probably know already. But if you stumble upon this and it's your first time and you've never heard of me before, yeah, then well, first of all, thank you for listening and watching. And secondly, let me tell you what to expect with that. So if you're watching either on Facebook Live right now, because I usually do these live videos on Fridays, and then I would I'll post them to Spotify later. So if you're either watching in real time on Facebook or listening to the Spotify podcast later, thank you for being here, giving it a shot. I've been doing these writing talks for a while about reading, writing, nerd culture, nerd topics, that kind of thing. So I'm Sam. I'm an aspiring author. Well, I should say that I am an author. Doesn't mean I'm published yet. Um, but I am on that journey. So in my day job, I work as a writer for a missions organization, for writing like nonprofit, basically marketing writing for a nonprofit missions ministry, which I think is cool. I might so it's a different kind of writing, but I still do writing for my day job, and I might talk about that sometimes in broad terms. But on my side, I pursue my dream of creative writing. I'm a big nerd, I'm a big superhero guy. My passion project is Fracture Heroes, which have called a superhero story for broken people, or a superhero action drama, if you will. This is a cover of an old version an old draft that I just put out like for a few friends. This is not the actual published version, which I'm working on right now. Um, but it's a superhero story of an ensemble cast with of flawed, broken characters, kind of on a found family journey of hope and healing and redemption, dealing with their own inner demons and trying to work together as a team to save their city at the same time. So if any of that sounds fun to you, also listen and check it out because this is also where I give updates on that project. Long story short. Well, I'll just give you the short version now. It's not published yet, but I've been querying for a little while. I am hoping to publish in some form this year, by the end of the calendar year. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, keep listening and watching for updates because I'll talk about that. I'll talk about on the podcast. I'll talk about things I'm reading. I do book reviews of each fiction book I read, and sometimes comics too, because I'm still a big comics reader. And I kind of talk about just I, I may talk about the writing process sometimes, things I encounter or things I notice, or just things that other writers may notice, and tips I can give to other writers on my journey. But also I talk about I don't know, just kind of themes or tropes I noticed in writing. Like last week it was coming up to Valentine's Day, and I talked about like romance in fiction, and I'm like there's the genre of romance, and then there's side romance too, in action stories and such, and how do those things go together? How can you incorporate romance into your writing? Or if I notice a trope a few times of like a villain being a hero, like or a story where the protagonist is a criminal or a bad guy, which I'm reading a few of those right now actually. I might talk about that one in a few weeks. If I notice something like that, a trope, a repeated trope and how it's done, in a few different media, I might talk about it and just make pop culture references to other things I'm doing, and I try to always give you a challenge of this is of this is how you do this in your writing if you ever have a situation like that. So yeah, fun pop culture reading discussions. Of course, I also talk about movies and stuff because that's it's storytelling in a broad term. I believe movies and TV count as part of that. Um, but yeah, fun pop culture nerd discussions. Also, it's an application for reading and writing if that's you, if you're a writer or a reader also. So that's what I do. I do have guests on here sometimes, and I'm trying to do it more often. I was trying to do about once a month ish an author interview with another author. I mean, usually they're like me, also indie people, indie authors who you may not have heard of yet, people I've connected with on social media and such. Although occasionally I've had a bigger name or two on here, a while back. But yeah, and who knows what I could have in the future? Not sure yet. But yeah, that's the kind of thing you'll be getting if you keep listening to this. You know, book reviews, writing tips, updates on my author journey if you're going through the same journey, and just want a sounding board. I want someone who understands the struggle of what you're going through. Those things, author interviews, basically anything related to reading, writing, or that kind of stuff. I'll talk about on here. So yeah, I've been doing this for a while now and posting my videos on a podcast. So yeah, let me tell you about that actually. Long story. This is why it's reintroducing. I have a podcast before. I've done this before. My old Spotify account got deleted for somehow, and like it was like last October, and they said I had violated some copyright, and I'm like, I don't think I have, and I did the whole thing of report the issue and contact support and try to get back try to get back my account, and they never told me why it was deleted, and they never helped me get it back. Like they kept saying we sent you an email, and I'm like, I didn't get this email, and they kept saying you should have received it, and I'm like, I know I should have received it, but I didn't. So anyway, I fought the battle for a while and lost. So my old account is gone. It's the annoying thing of trying to transfer over playlists and stuff. Because I also use Spotify for listening to music and stuff. I don't have that work, but the old podcast is still up there. I can't edit it or delete it now, and I wasn't able to post new things on it. So I just kind of revamped this one to differentiate them. So I mean, if you're searching podcasts, well, I guess if you're here on this page, or if you're if you're listening to this on Spotify, then I guess you're here already. Then maybe I'm preaching to the choir. You're already here. You already know how to find it. But the old one is just called Fractured Fiction with Samuel Nathan Harris. That's me. That's the old account that's been deleted. I mean, you can go through those. I still have several talks, probably over 100 now from the past few years that I've done. Feel free to go through those if you want. I mean, don't judge my old ones too hard. For first little while I was still learning how to do this, and even now I'm sure it's not perfect, but I think I've gotten a little better. But so don't judge the old ones too hard. But you might pick up a few nuggets or just entertainment in there too. And then okay, so I'll show you. I changed them. I made the name a little bit different, and I made the photo a little bit different because I wanted people to be able to find the new one, differentiate the new one from the old one. Even though Fractured Fiction is a good name, and I wanted to keep that. My novel is called Fractured Heroes. I think I said that. That's why I picked Fractured Fiction. So the old one just has this image on it. It's the cover of the book, or at least a version of the cover, a drawing that someone did for me a long time ago. A friend from college. That one's on there, and it's called Fractured Fiction. Okay, that's the old one that I can't access or post it anymore. The new one I've updated it, and it is called. So I made this part of the title to make it different. Fractured Fiction: Fun discussions for readers, writers, and nerds. I mean, that could be just a tagline, but I made it part of the title to differentiate it from the old one. And there's a different image too, and I don't know why it's not letting me show that on my phone. Sorry, some of this is just trying to figure this all out this morning. Just a moment. If it'll work. The new image is me holding the book. Me with the Spider-Man shirt that I'm currently wearing because I did it this morning. The new image is me with the Spider-Man shirt holding the book, and it has the logo. And yeah, I don't know. It's not. Let me. Okay, so I can show you a tiny version here. Anyway, that's it. That's what the new image looks like. Me holding the book. The words "Fractured Fiction" with Samuel N. Harris. That's the new podcast. You may not be able to find it right this minute because, well, it has no episodes yet. As I'm speaking this right now, it has no episodes yet. I'm gonna, put this on here, and it'll be the first episode later. So yeah. But if you're on Facebook or another platform, where to find this, yeah, go to Spotify. Look for the new one, Fractured Fiction: Fun discussions for readers, writers, and nerds. The title says Fractured Fiction with Samuel N. Harris, or the image does, and it has me wearing the Spider-Man shirt, holding the book, the copy of the book Fractured Heroes. So yeah, that's the new one. I mean, listen to either one of them because the old one still has some good stuff too, I think, but I can't access that one anymore. So listen to the new one, and yeah, see what you think, and keep following me for updates. So yeah, like I mentioned, my goal is to publish this year, or at least, well, I won't go into all the details of this journey now and everything I've been on. Either have a book deal possibly if I go with a traditional publisher, or if not, if I go self-publish, I'm hoping to publish by the end of the year. But either way, a deal or a book by the end of the year, and because of that, I mean, I'm kind of working even harder on getting my content out to all different platforms, like because that's part of the marketing game. So that's why I was like, I need to get the Spotify podcast up and running again. I also have a YouTube channel that I've posted my videos to, but I'm way behind on that. Like I haven't posted I haven't posted a lot of the recent ones there, so I'm behind on posting those, and I hope to get caught up. I still have them all saved somewhere, and we'll post them in time. But yeah, so like I said, this it was about October, like this past fall, that my old account got deleted, and so I do these talks about once a week. I mean, over the holidays, I maybe took a break or something like that, but for the most part, I've been doing them once a week, and so however many that is since mid-October, like 4 months or something, maybe 16 or 15 or 16 episodes. I have 15 or 16 videos like this, episodes that I have not posted on the podcast yet. Yeah, because so if you find the old one, it ends with my last thing in mid-October. I think the last one was a review I did of the Haunt comics for Image by Robert Kirkman and Todd McFarlane. If you look on there, that's the last one that was on the old version of the podcast. So every video I've done since then, they're now being deleted from Facebook Live. Facebook Live deletes them after 30 days, but I have them saved, and I'm gonna post them in podcast form and eventually on YouTube too. So you can catch up on the things you've missed. If you're here on Spotify hearing this, great. If you're here on Facebook hearing this, great. If you're here on YouTube hearing this, great. Yeah, but you can find me either way. Any of those places or more. Find my videos, catch up on the ones you missed, listen to the content, and hopefully enjoy the discussions and hear from another writer on the journey. Hear some tips and experiences and joys and sorrows and fun nerdy discussions and all that stuff. Yeah, and keep following along for updates. So that's it for today. Thanks for listening and for watching, or whatever you're doing on whatever platform. Yeah, again, whether you're a new follower or an old one, thank you for being here and supporting me on this journey. I know I've been on it for a while, and it seems like there hasn't been much to show for it, but I believe big things are coming, and I'm excited for the journey and excited to see where it takes us all. So again, thanks for listening and being a part of this, and go find the Fractured Fiction podcast, fun discussions for readers, writers, and nerds on Spotify with me, Samuel N. Harris. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, everyone, and keep doing your thing. Bye.